prime time on the top game, it's a fine line. Man in the match, that's Daveye, he's the main guy, keep a close eye. Make sure you don't make no wrong play, cause I'm with Jose and Andre. When Cyrus comes to walk in, you better know that you are watching Premier League. Daveye, tell them what time we on, what time we on. Prime time. Let me hear you say Premier League. Daveye, tell them what time we on, what time we on. Prime time.
Hello and welcome to Premier League Primetime, and we are here to give you a preview to the big match at the weekend. Arsenal take on Manchester United away at the Emirates, and I'm joined by some very special guests. I will start with the man, the myth, the legend, Landon. How are you, my bro?
Doing good. How you doing, Daveye?
It is that's great to hear. Nate, how are we doing from a last preview?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
It's great to hear. And of course, we're joined, of course, Cyrus and Jose. I know it's gonna happen, but we'll just ask anyways if there's any bit of hope of getting any response. How are we doing? And as expected, we get zero response whatsoever. But let's just get straight into the preview. And I'm going to start with Arsenal. First off, I just want to quickly just dive a bit into the North London derby. Of course, Tottenham lost that game by 2-0. Seriously, Nate, what were some of your takeaways from this match? Just a brief fan camp here.
Well, number one, I said Lloris is bad. I just proved myself to Andre. Andre, if you're watching this, suck on that. But yeah, it was a good performance. I thought first half was better than the second half, but part of being, a side that, is a top team and that wants to win the Premier League is to, sometimes you just have to close up the shop. And I think Ramsdale was brilliant. So yeah. And I think our whole defense was amazing again.
Definitely 100%. Nate, what about you? What were your thoughts on the North London derby victory away at Tottenham, the first time that they won away at Tottenham since, I believe, 2014?
Yeah, I think they need to send out a missing persons report for Heung-Min Son because I don't know, I didn't see him at all that much. No, but all jokes aside, yeah, I thought we played well. We know that Tottenham, the second half was definitely Tottenham's half, but we know their second half team. But yeah, Lloris kind of gifted us a goal, which was nice, and then Odegaard had a great finish. But yeah, I thought we played very well. It would have been nice. The second half was a bit stressful, like Ramsdale. We played amazing, but yeah, we pulled away the 3 points, which is nice.
100%, and it just seems that North London is red at the moment. And just to quickly shift over into the other big match play at the weekend, the Manchester derby, Manchester United securing the 3 points and winning that game by 2-1. Landon, what did you think of that game? Anything that stood out to you in particular?
Yeah, what a game. A resilient comeback from the Reds. It was amazing to see. There's definitely a process going on over there at Old Trafford, which is something that I know me and you like to see, especially. To be honest, I thought we were pretty good throughout the match, but given City right now, they're in a bit of a lull. So, they're still City at the end of the day. But yeah, I was really impressed and inspired to see how they were able to overcome a goal deficit around like the 60th minute and then rally a full comeback within the last 30 minutes, which was really amazing.
Definitely 100%. And Jose, what about you?
Yeah, I thought we played really well in the first half. We were definitely the better team, had the better chances, but they were all half chances, I think. I think 0-0 is a fair score anyways. But in the second half, Man City really stepped it up and they got their goal, and then they just started passing it around, and I thought, oh, that's it. But then kind of out of nowhere, and with a bit of luck, I won't lie, we did get that goal. And then after that, with Old Trafford behind us, I think that just carried us to the finish, which was great to see. I was really happy with the atmosphere. I also want to say, if you check Malasia's pocket, you'll definitely find a pair of keys in Riyad Mahrez.
I'm sure a lot of Manchester United fans would definitely agree with that. And now moving into the actual preview to the actual match at the weekend, right? I'll go back to Arsenal. Again, like I asked for the North London derby, seriously, looking at what you all have done specifically last game and looking at what you're going to be facing at the weekend in Manchester United, what can Arsenal and Arteta do to prepare for this match? any place where you think they can target or hurt Manchester United? Any key tactics or changes or players that need to be implemented for this game that you can think of? Either one of you.
I mean, I think, our first match against Manchester United, they played very well. I think they've definitely found their form. At the beginning of the season, it was kind of rocky, but yeah, they definitely found their form, and they're definitely. They beat us when they played us, and I think they outplayed us when they won that game. But I think we've also gotten better as well. So in terms of, I just think we continue to play our game. I don't necessarily know like tactic wise what we do, but yeah, just continue to play. I don't know. Maybe Cyrus would have a better insight.
Sure, why not? See
Yeah.
if any.
Honestly, I think when we played against them, we weren't even like worse than them. I think we were actually better for the most part.
Yeah, you lot dominate in possession.
Wait, Joe. Oh, no.
Oh,
Honestly, like looking at Man U's team right now, like Wan-Bissaka is playing better. Bron's, starting to play like he used to. Ericsson. I think Ericsson was a great signing, by the way. We just have to make sure that, we just hold Rashford up, I guess. Rashford is on great form right now, but so is our defense. Ben White is gonna put him in his pocket. Is Rashford playing like left mid, or is he like does he
yeah,
go to
he
striker?
plays left wing.
He's playing out on the left.
He'll go to striker usually when Martial goes off.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Like when Martial goes out. Well, for the first 60 minutes, I can tell you Rashford will be a ghost because Ben White right in his pocket.
I guess we'll see if that happens or not. We don't know. Other than Rashford in particular, do you think that there are any other players that you think Arsenal should be wary of, Cyrus and Nate, to keep an eye out, to be cautious for on Manchester United?
I'd say Greenwood but he's not on the team anymore. But yeah, yeah. Marcus Rashford's been great for you guys. He's really, I think, found his form. So yeah.
Great. Cyrus, what about you?
You get out of the shot.
Wait, ask him what he thinks.
No, he doesn't know anything about soccer.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, I'd probably watch out for I don't know, probably Bruno Fernandes, to be honest. I think he's a solid player. And I don't know. I think Casemiro, ever since he's been brought onto the team, people say he did it for money, but you saw the passion that he had, like when he was out on the sidelines. But yeah, I'd probably say those two.
100%. And before we get into the Manchester United bit of this preview, for team selection, do you think Arteta should just basically go with the exact same 11 as he went with against Tottenham, or do you think some changes need to be made?
Yeah.
Or Nate, either one of you.
Excuse me. Yeah, I think same 11. I think we've been gelling pretty well together. And yeah, if it's not going well, there's substitutions that can be made, but I think, yeah, the starting 11 that we went with against Tottenham did pretty well.
Seriously, do you think the same, that they should just keep the same 11 as they had against Tottenham, or do you think there should be some changes made?
No, I say keep same starting lineup. It's been working. I don't see any changes. I hope ESR maybe comes in a little earlier if we need it. I'm excited to see that he's back. In terms of signings for us, it sucks that Modric, we couldn't sign him, but honestly, for 100 million, like, okay, so what? If there was one player I'd like to get, it'd probably be Sigurdsson, but that's probably it.
And with that, we'll move into the Manchester United bit. Landon, I'll start with you. Taking a look at, again, about how we played against Manchester City, the team selection against Manchester City, do you think that the team selection should be changed around for this Arsenal match? And do you think different tactics or changes or a different approach should be made for this game? Or should we play and go out similarly as we did against Manchester City in regards to team selection?
Um, I think team selection should be similar. But I do think Ten Hag as a coach has proven that he can switch things up from match to match because every game is different at the end of the day. If I was putting on a team selection, I would actually change the back line a little bit. I would put Lissandro back in the starting fold there, and I'd probably drop Malacia, even though he had a fantastic game. I think it's probably more suited to go with a traditional center back pairing against Arsenal, but we'll see what he does. He has weapons at his disposal now, and it's a lot more fluid. He can pick and choose what he likes. And I thought Shaw was brilliant at center back, to be fair as well. So I mean, he has options to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Jose, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I would keep the back line the same just because it's been working so well in the past few games. I think that what I would change is I wouldn't have Bruno starting at right wing because I think that really limited us in the first half. So I'd move Bruno more centrally. I'd probably keep Fred and Casemiro because I like the two of them together against bigger teams. I think it gives us more solidity in the midfield. And then I'd put Anthony on the right. And then otherwise Martial and Rashford.
That's fair. And looking at Arsenal, do you think that there are any players that you think Manchester United should really be cautious and wary of, maybe double up on, perhaps?
I think that the main way Arsenal tried to hurt us in the last game was through balls through to their wingers. So I think that particularly Martinelli and Saka, we need to keep a close eye on because last time they did score that offside goal before we scored any of our goals, and it had everyone in the stadium very concerned. So I would say we have to make sure we avoid conceding any goals from balls through to their wingers.
100%. And I think, and I'll add, I think we should definitely keep a close eye on Martin Odegaard as well. What a season he's having. If he gets the ball and he has time to space, as we saw against Tottenham, they backed off and gave him time to turn. He'll punish you. So I think that he needs to
Lloris should have saved that though. That's the thing.
True. And now we covered the team selection, and now quickly into the combined 11. As for those who don't necessarily know what the combined 11 is, it's basically it's a joint 11 of the two squads that we're previewing, and we base it off of availability and form of who's fit, who's not, who's available for selection. We make an 11 off that. So I'll play devil's advocate here. Two United supporters, two Arsenal supporters, on the one in the middle, and I'll start off with saying what formation would you like to use for this combined 11?
4-2-3-1. We both use it, so
that's fair. Matt, we'll go with a 4-2-3-1. Start off in goal. David De Gea, Aaron Ramsdale.
David De Gea. He's better saving, and he has better stats of keeping the ball in possession.
Okay,
according to the last games,
according the ball in possession, my sweaty bum. Who cares? Ramsdale has more clean sheets, and it's him. Definitely Ramsdale.
Landon, any thoughts on De Gea or Ramsdale?
I think this is one of the closest matchups on the pitch. To be honest, it can go either way. I think on his day, I would say De Gea is probably a better keeper, but the problem is De Gea going to be on his day? That's the question. I think Ramsdale is probably a more consistent all around. He makes less errors and he makes good saves, but I think on his day, De Gea would be better. It just depends.
Jose looks like he's not having any of it.
I'm sorry.
No, De Gea is going to pull off more acrobatic saves, and he's going to keep the ball more. De Gea's biggest criticism is always his ball playing ability, and his ball playing ability has really stepped up, especially in the last few games. So I'm very staunch De Gea supporter for this one.
Yeah, I mean, De Gea has been excellent last season and this season. So I mean, yeah, it can go either way, to be honest.
Nate, any thoughts on De Gea or Ramsdale?
I think it's gonna have to be your decision because I think it's a tie down the middle. So
if it comes to me again, it really could go either way. I mean, my love for United.
Yeah, but you gotta make the decision, David.
My love for United
You're
is
the boss.
Gea, but at the same time, Ramsdale's a fantastic keeper as well. He's been brilliant this season. I'll just edge it out to De Gea, just because. Why not? But But then again, if we went Ramsdale, I'd be happy as well. They've been brilliant this season. I think this season they're both as good as each other, so really could go either way. But
You hear that, Cyrus? You hear that, Cyrus? Yeah.
Well, Dave, I look at the chat box. That's what I have to say to you.
And to that I will say, basically it splits down the middle, but in the comments, let us down below what you think, whether it should be David De Gea and Aaron Ramsdale. Could really go either way. Both of them great this season. Now at right back, I'm not sure if Diogo Dalot is going to be fit or not, so we'll just assume no for the time being, that he's not fit. So it's going to be between Ben White and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Jose, I'll start.
I'll start it off. Easy Wan-Bissaka. Did you see that little flick against Man City? So class. He just went right past. I can't remember who it was. It's Foden. Oh, he made Foden look like an idiot. It was so funny. He's been in fantastic form, scoring goals. His biggest criticism is that he doesn't do anything going forward, and he's been fantastic going forward recently. So easy Wan-Bissaka. Ben White isn't even a right back. Rashford's gonna.
Fam, no, and no. Like what the recency bias, like even Daveye knows, like no.
I'll agree with the part that you said he has been good as of recent. I fully agree with that, but Ben White's just been an absolute standout. But I want to hear everybody else thinks. Sirius obviously is definitely not having any of it. Landon, what about you? Will it be Wan-Bissaka or will it be Ben White?
Yeah, I mean, just before we get started on a note on Wan-Bissaka, I'm super excited to see him back playing. To be honest, when we signed him from Palace and he had that first season in 2020, I thought he was fantastic. I remember everyone in the league was calling him one of the best right backs, defensive capabilities and that. And then after the past 2 years have just been, I think it's been pretty disgraceful, to be honest, that he hasn't played. I've always thought he was a pretty good defender and just not been utilized properly. So I'm really excited to see him back and in form. But at this current date, I'm gonna have to choose Ben White over Wan-Bissaka, but I'm really excited to see him back in the fold, and yeah, excited for him.
Nate, what about you? What are you saying about this Wan-Bissaka Ben White debate for who goes in at right back?
I think the cuter player does.
Great input. I'll give my decision. I'll give the verdict to Ben White. He's been better recent.
Don't be biased now. Come on.
I'm devil's advocate. If there's anything I'm not being, it's biased.
Come on.
I'll give it to Ben White. We'll get some more positions. I won't be too concerned. We'll just go Ben White in at right back. For the center backs, we both have had fantastic center backs. We'll do one Arsenal, one Manchester United center back to just keep balance, to maintain balance. Jose, starting with you.
All right, I'll throw in my Rolls Royce defender, Rafael Varane. Has to be him.
Yeah, and for the Manchester United center back, I think Varane, he's been such a standout, 100%. Landon, would you agree with that?
I would agree, but I would choose Lissandro, but I honestly hasn't played. If we're going off very recent bias,
no, I would choose Lissandro over the whole season, but recently I would go Varane just because Lissandro hasn't been fit in a minute.
Yeah, I mean you can go either way, right? Yeah, so I would be happy with either United center back. It just depends on who he's going to play as well, because I know been switching around, but I mean, yeah, I don't really mind. But I think for Arsenal center backs, you would have to pick Saliba. So I'm happy with any combo of United center backs and Saliba.
So I guess what we're getting at is most likely Saliba and Varane. Does that work with everyone?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, great. Nate, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I think.
Fabulous. Saliba and Rafael Varane it is. Now at left back, this is where it gets very interesting because you have Tao Malacia, you have the likes of Alexander Zinchenko, Kieran Tierney, Luke Shaw. It's most likely going to be between those four. Jose, I'll start with you. Who'd you put in at left back in this combined 11?
All right, I have to advocate for Luke Shaw. You did leave out Benjamin Mendy, who I think is a good shout as well. But I think that he has put in a recent string of good performances. However, I would say Luke Shaw for me.
Okay. Sirius, what about you?
Um, like if we want, like this is tight because, um, I don't know. Like I think that Zinchenko's had a better season, but I think that he's also been injured a little bit. Like I'd personally go with him, but if we go with Luke Shaw, I won't be mad.
All right. Landon, what do you think?
All right, Luke Shaw it is then.
Yeah, I would take Luke Shaw. I think Zinchenko's been a good shout, but Luke
Wait,
Shaw's form
what
this
about
season has
JJ
been
though?
incredible.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Nate. What do you think for the left back
Um,
come on 11?
yeah, I mean both. I mean, I like Zinchenko a lot. I think he can get up, and he's played center midfielder for Man City before, and he's done a great job. So I think he has a lot of good attributes. But also, yeah, Benjamin Mendy, great left back. He's whether you like it or not, he's going to do what he wants. He's going to make that tackle whether you like it or not.
All
So,
right, and we'll just move into saying Luke Shaw be our left back. I'm not trying to get my channel canceled due to Nate. I'm just not. Getting into the midfield trio. I guess we'll do a 6, an 8, and a 10. I think this is going to be a really interesting debate here. We'll start at the 6. I think it's only between Casemiro and Thomas Partey. I already know who Jose is going to go for. I already know, so I don't even need to ask. I know his vote will be for Casemiro, most likely. There's always that
Well,
one.
I was going to suggest that we do a Casemiro Partey duo. I know it doesn't really make a lot of sense on the pitch, but I think that they're each our best player who plays in the pivot, so I think it would be fair.
Okay, I mean, I didn't necessarily think of it in that respect, but I mean, does everyone see eye to eye with that? With a potential Partey Casemiro pivot, or
No, yeah, that makes sense. I really like Partey's play. He's a great player on and off the pitch. So I'd say probably Partey and Casemiro.
Yeah,
All
he should probably be in jail, but it is what it is.
No, I mean, okay, whatever.
Landon, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think that's a good. It's a good duo. I just think it's if we're doing it like that, you have to leave out the likes of Ericsson, who's been playing phenomenal this season for us.
Definitely.
He's very flexible as well. But yeah, I'm okay with the Casemiro Partey. I think Casemiro 1 has to go in to number 6, just based off of everything. He's been I think he's been United's best player this season by a mile. I think Partey's also been phenomenal as well for Arsenal, stopping play and linking it up the pitch. So yeah, I'm okay with that.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that. And I'll go into the number 10 position. Most likely between Bruno.
yeah, I think
Odegaard,
Partey and Casemiro as well. Yeah.
Nice. And for the number 10 position between Bruno and Odegaard, who would we put in the number 10 for this combined 11?
I think Odegaard.
It has to be Odegaard.
So great. So yeah.
That's fair. Jose, will you concede that it is Odegaard?
I will barely concede that it has to be Odegaard.
Then Martin Odegaard it is. And the front three, I think I have a decent idea of what this front three is going to look like. I'll propose Martinelli, Saka, Rashford. I don't know if everyone else agrees, but I'll throw that out.
No, I like Rashford, Martial, Saka. That's what I like.
You say Martial?
Yeah.
Sirius, any thoughts on that?
I mean, like, no.
Sirius, who would you propose?
The thing is, Martial, despite not always scoring goals, is his play helps other players score goals. He's very like
Martial was like
play.
pretty shocking last game.
Who?
Martial.
He was good last game. He played well in the first half.
That's one thing
Okay.
he does do. He does
Play good
link
in both
a lot
halves.
of the play together. He
Whenever he
sacrifices
plays
himself.
striker for us, we always look a better side because he plays on the shoulder and he has such good hold of play that he creates so much space for the wingers and it makes it easier for Rashford to get into so many scoring positions. That's why Rashford got into about 3 or 4 scoring positions in that first half because Martial is able to create so much space for him with excellent hold of play.
That's one thing that I 100% agree with. He literally sacrifices himself for the team to enable the other players to be given the space and to have the chances that they can get.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think you guys are still missing a world-class winger that you guys used to have.
And I'll just move straight into Landon.
I'm talking about Jadon Sancho. It's been a
Yes,
while
you
since
are.
he's been playing, and I think he should come
I
back.
thought you were talking about Mason Greenwood.
Landon, any thoughts on who your front three should be?
Yeah, I think what you suggested is probably the most accurate and fair representation of what current form and both teams. I think that'd be the most fair way to do it. But
You're a Man United fan.
I know I'm not
No,
doing
he's not biased. He's not biased.
No,
I think Martinelli has been excellent this season
Exactly.
off the left. But I think arguably if you're going off position, I would prefer Rashford over Martinelli on the left. But Rashford has proven to play up top, so I think you can play him at the striker position and on the right wing.
no, Rashford is ass at striker. He's so bad.
Smart lad. He's a smart lad. No, but also like, actually, where is Jadon Sancho? Like, what's his going on?
He has
At
mental-
the
he has, like, mental
moment
health
of what
issues.
Ten Hag has been saying, he's back in Manchester. I think as of right now, he's just training on the side. He's not back with the first team yet, but I'd assume it would be soon. I hope it's
I
soon.
believe he just today resumed training with the first team. I saw it on Twitter, Daveye.
Yeah, I mean, when you're the third most expensive England purchase ever, and you don't even make the World Cup team, I would have depression as well, to be honest.
Yeah, you did for a minute when at Loyola.
Oh yeah, you did when I. Okay, nah.
Carry on. Nate, any thoughts from you? Legitimate thoughts from you on who your front three would be in this combined?
Nah, I mean, all my thoughts are legitimate. With that being said, yeah, I agree. I think Martinelli and the Rashford and Saka, in it.
All right.
That's how I use it, right?
All right. I'll just say our front three is going to be Martinelli, Saka, and Rashford through the middle, or Martial. Could be either one. Or you could put Rashford on the left. Could really go either one. But anyways, that is your Arsenal Manchester United preview. Let us know
Wait,
down the
are we
comments.
doing score? Are we doing score predictions? Wait,
We could do this now, or we could do it, or we could save those for later.
No,
No,
we could do it
I
now.
mean, yeah, I
Okay.
think we should do it now.
Then score predictions for Arsenal Manchester United. Jose, I'll start with you.
Arsenal 1, Man United 2.
Okay. Sirius, what about you?
I'm going 3-0.
3-0
Just like
Arsenal.
Just like that.
There's no way. There's no way. I'm
Landon,
gonna
what
be
do you
there and I'm
think?
gonna videotape it for you. Serious.
Landon, what do you think?
I'm gonna go. It was a nice Ronaldo celebration from the Arsenal man there. I'm gonna go for a solid Arsenal 2, United 3. I think it's gonna go down early, but they're gonna turn it around. And they're gonna prove to everyone that they can come back and win in
Yeah.
difficult matches.
And challenge you for the title.
Exactly.
And
No,
Nate,
that's-
lastly, over to you. Score predictions for this game.
I think Arsenal. I think they're gonna score 3 goals.
And
Then we'll score
I
4
think
then.
Man United are gonna score 1 goal.
okay, great.
So 3-1. Arsenal. Yeah, I think Eric Ten Hag's gonna get heated.
All right, great. Well, there you go. That is it for your Arsenal Manchester United preview. Let us know down in the comments down below. What did you think of our preview? Did you agree with anything we had to say? And we'll speak to you in a bit.
Hit that like button.
Thank you so much for your time watching this, and let us know in the comments down below what are your thoughts on the topics that have been in store in this feature of Premier League Primetime in the comments down below. Smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to check out our other platforms on Instagram, Spotify,
and Apple Podcasts, and wherever you are watching this in the world. We hope you have an absolutely fantastic day / evening.